Hi there, Scorpios. Welcome to your February Tarot reading. And I'm Lucy, and I'm with Lucy the Antigua Tarot. So let's ask the cards what messages. Let's ask the Tarot cards what messages they have. Those Tarot spirits that are in the cards, what messages they have to give us, right? All of you Scorpios for the month of February 2017. And it's the second month of the year. And what messages do we have for Scorpios for 2017? We're going to leave it in there. Okay, so let me go ahead and mix these up a little bit more. I like to do this because it keeps them from sticking. They like to stick to each other, these cards. I don't really like to bend them, you know, so this is how I mix them up. All right, now let's cut them. So here's my my jade heart. My jaded heart. It's made out of jade. A friend of mine gave it to me that he made, and I just think it's beautiful. So we're going to keep that heart there with us while we cut the cards. That way we can assure that we get some really nice clear messages for you guys for the month of February 2016. And I really like to do this for them. I like to keep mixing them. Okay. All right, so we're going to be pulling 3 cards out, and it's going to be a spontaneous reading, okay? So let's see what we get. Oh my goodness, you're getting the 7 of Swords, okay, Scorpios? And then you have the Star, okay? And then thirdly, you have the King of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, now the 7 of Swords is tied to the 5 of Swords. And let me pull that 5 of Swords out. Here it is. Here's the 5 of Swords. And these 2 cards are similar because they both involve separation from others. On the 7 of Swords, we see a man, and he's like tiptoeing away from the action, from the people, from the buildings, from everything, from society. You know, the colorful tents that we see in the back. And he's taking some swords with him. And he seems to be pretty happy with his ability to be able to take these swords with him. And he might have some plans with these swords. He seems pretty happy about that. Now, this card sometimes represents my dear Scorpios, the lone wolf, the desire to run, um, lonesome and free. And in the movies, the lone wolf hero always acts totally on his own. He discovers, investigates, and solves every problem using only his own wits and his own resources. And he believes he's successful because he ignores the, fumbling efforts, I guess, of ordinary people. So with this card, and I'm going to just put with the Five of Swords, just for reference, here, there's been a disruption of relationships here with this card. Yeah, there has been possibly whatever argument or stance that was taken. This man has won. They're walking away. They have left their swords on the ground. The communication is broken, but they've ceased to communicate, and because the swords are on the ground, and so this is not a good thing. Losing bonds with people who don't want to communicate anymore with you, it can be a detriment to you, right? To him. So that's what that card means. And I'm just going to put it up here for now. And then let's get back to this one with the Seven of Swords. So this can be a sign that about the lone wolf, thing I was talking about. Yeah, and you might be feeling that you will be more effective and comfortable on your own. And this approach is useful, can be useful when there's a lot of like ineffectiveness going on with the people that surround you. So it could be that you're finding it useful to bypass this ineffectual group of people, or maybe just to assert your independence. But this approach is useful for a while, but it can also be sort of troubling. First of all, because you're not dealing with the problem, but also we can't really be happy and productive for long without some commitment to others, So if you're feeling inclined to act alone, be sure this isolation is really working for you, okay, Scorpios? Also, sometimes this card means that you could be running away from something, from a commitment, a responsibility, or hard work, from love. You could possibly be procrastinating, letting problems slip because you don't want to really deal with them. And sometimes, we just have to face what has to be faced. And the Seven of Swords lets you know that maybe you could be making things a lot worse for yourself and for others by running away. Okay? Now, this card can also indicate that maybe you have made a decision or have made a choice that is probably not of the highest honor or justice, okay? And you know, we all make wrong choices, and sometimes the wrong choices that we make, we want to hide and not think about it, and we hide them. Some of them are minor, some of them are serious. And so, you know, listen to your inner voice. It's telling you, because your inner voice will tell you when this is happening. And so with this card, it says to take a good look at what you're doing, because um, if you're not doing something, you know, in a right way, it's gonna eat away at your happiness, you know, at your self-respect. If you're doing anything that's not within the ethical rules of behavior, you know. Yeah. Then you have your King of Pentacles, and you have the Star. Okay, and you know, the King of Pentacles, you know, this king is a combination of positive earth energy of the Pental suite or suit, and that active outward focus energy of a king. Okay, um, and he's a pretty powerful king in the way, this King of Pentacles, in the way, in the sense that you know, that things that are around him, people that are around him that you know, interact with this king, will be feeling pretty good. All kinds of good things will happen. All kinds of, you know, positive stuff. All kind of flowering energies. He finds opportunities everywhere. And he succeeds at everything he sets his mind to. He's very enterprising and very able. And whatever the task, he's going to handle it completely to his full ability. And he's going to be drawing on his wide range of skills and practical knowledge, which he has, because this king is an older person. He's got a lot of experience under his belt. He's been around the block many times. He can pretty much fix anything. He's a jack of all trades. And pretty much master of all as well. You know, he pretty much masters things quickly. And he's also a very dependable and responsible king. People around him rely on him completely, because he never fails. He's always there, always very dependable. He's also very generous with his time and with his resources, because this king he understands that when you give more, you receive more. He understands that dynamic, the law of karma, right? He encourages others in their accomplishments. He will encourage you, and he will give you his support whenever you need it. And he also has a very steady and even temperament. He's got a really good personality, good character, which brings a lot of stability to situations, right? And he's also very focused. When he chooses that he's going to accomplish something, he's very focused, and he does it. For February, you're getting this card, Scorpio. So it's saying that um, it's asking you to take the kind of actions that this king might take. For example, keeping a commitment, fixing something that's broken, and that could be in the realm of relationships, all kinds, any kind of relationship that maybe it's dismantled a little bit, broken up a little bit. Um, making money. So it could be also talking about focusing on money. Okay. Or also supporting a new enterprise. Now, this king can represent a man or a woman who is acting as this king acts. Or it could be an atmosphere of steady and reliable energy, you know? And with this card, you are being told that this special energy that this king has meaning for you right now at this time. So let yourself be inspired by this king in whatever form he appears in your life. Now, because you have the Seven of Swords next to this king, you know, the whole idea of maybe wanting to break away and do something on your own and not really have to deal with depending on somebody else, or maybe broken relationships with family, whatever. I mean, you know, they could be related in that way. And so with this card, it's telling you um, to let yourself be inspired by this king in whatever form he appears in your life and in whatever meaning this energy is giving you right now. I keep wanting to call this card the moon just because that star reminds me of the moon, but it is the star. And though I love the moon card and I love the moon, I also love the stars, and this is the star card. And you know, we've always looked up at the stars for inspiration and hope, right? We look up at the sky and they're so beautiful and they shine their light from so far away. And you know, when I look up at the stars, I think of a clear, high voice of a soprano. There's something amazing about the voice of a woman who is a soprano singing a beautiful piece. You know, because when I hear that voice, all the hardness and density of everyday life, you know, it gets refined. You know, like a rough stone, and when you polish it, it becomes refined, and all the roughness is taken away, and then you just have like this pure essence. After being exposed to the star, we feel uplifted and blessed. And you're getting the star, Scorpios. With the star, you know, is a really nice card to have when you are feeling, you know, like the Seven of Swords. Thinking that you can do things on your own and kind of putting yourself apart from everybody else in one way or another. It could be anything, relation to love, relation to work. I mean, it could be anything, Scorpios. Okay? So it's like a really good sign when you've got this like overwhelming despair or feeling, grief. You know, because when we're living in our darkest moments, we need to know that there is hope, that there is light at the end of the tunnel. You know, the star is the opposite of the devil. this card, the Star, is the opposite of the card, the Devil. The devil who strips us of our faith in the future. And this card is number 17, okay, of the Major Arcana. The number 17, okay, of this Star Tarot card relates to immortality, a legacy that lives on after you have left this place of existence. And it's also the ability to see beyond, to find the hidden truth. It is universal healing, truth, and understanding. It's a lucky number. But remember, you add 1 and 7 and you get the number 8, and number 8 is the number of karma and fate. And so it needs to be worked with as such. And the combination of the number 1 and the number 7 will make the person, this makes a person strong, but at the same time, they are soft, sympathetic, and sentimental. And so with the 17 vibration, people receive the double dose of independence from both the number 1 and from the number 7. So it is a very, very cool number for sure. It holds a promise that we can eventually find peace of mind with this card. The Star also reminds us to open our heart and release our fears and doubts. If you have been holding back in any way, now is the time to give generously. Yeah. So this card is not really, the card of practical solutions or final answers. It's this card of inspiration. So, without hope, we can't accomplish anything. But hope is only a beginning. So with this card, the Star, which is the number 17 of the Tarot, know that you are in the right track, Scorpios. Your goals and your aspirations are blessed. But you have to take positive action. Use the light of the Star to guide you in your efforts. And that's what that is saying, my dear Scorpio friends. So, this is your reading for the month of February, you guys. I wish you the best. I hope you achieve what you need to achieve for the month of February 2017. And I will see you again in March. And thank you so much for visiting. Bye-bye.